Today's lecture 6 of Basic Electronics is about Barkhusen criteria for oscillation.
Welcome to our channel Classify Community. So today we will be dealing with the topic the Barkhusen's criteria for the oscillator. So the first thing which comes to our mind is that what is oscillator? So the oscillator, we state that an oscillator converts DC energy, that means direct current energy, to an AC energy, that is alternating current energy, at a very high frequency. So you can say that at a very high frequency this oscillator will convert this DC energy to AC energy. Okay. And the second point which states that if the feedback signal is large enough and has correct phase, that means the same phase of the input as well as the feedback also have the same phase, there will be an output signal even though there is no external input signal. That means if there is no external input signal, that means the input signal is zero, then there will be some output signal if our feedback signal is very large enough and has a correct phase. And we know that in the positive feedback, the input phase or the input signal is same as the feedback phase, right? So the third point, it says that the criteria is that the signal fed back to the input of the amplifier must be in phase. That means the feedback given. So if this is your amplifier and this is your output and this is the input, so the feedback which has been given to the input must be in the same phase which was for the input phase. So in phase feedback is also called positive feedback or regenerative feedback. We before only know that only the positive feedback has the same phase with the feedback source, right? Feedback which has been provided. And due to that, it provides us an unstable amplifier. So let's brief all the points so you can remember. So what is an oscillator? Yes, it converts a DC energy to an AC energy with a very high frequency. Second point is that if the feedback signal has a very large source or is very large enough, then it must be in a correct phase. Then also if the input is not there, we will get the output. The third is that the criteria for this one is that the signal which is being fed into the input as a feedback must be in the same phase which was for the input. And this feedback we can tell is as a positive feedback or we can tell it as a regenerative feedback. So as it is in both phase, in the same phase, due to this we get an unstable amplifier. So I hope what is amplifier you understood. Now we should know the oscillator. I think you have understood what is oscillator. Now we should move on to the oscillator conditions. So the oscillator conditions, before that you must know that if it is a damped oscillation, then your sinusoidal wave will start decreasing like this and at a point it will be 0. But when it is an undamped oscillator, it will be constant. That means it will be same. That means all the maximum peak will be in the same phase. So I hope you understood what is damped oscillation and the undamped oscillation. So A beta is less than 1. Now you will be thinking what is A beta, right? So let's move on to some diagram, then we will be come back to the oscillator condition, okay? So see, can you tell me in this which is the input? Yes, this portion will be your input and this will be your output. And this is your feedback which is given to the input. Okay. So, we can say that AF, that is the closed loop configuration, because when we have a closed loop configuration, yes, you are correct. Whenever we provide feedback at that point of time, it is the closed loop configuration. So, its equation is that it is A, that means it is the open loop by 1 minus A beta, or you can say AS beta. It depends on you. So see, this A beta is your loop gain, you can say. So you just must notice in this one that whenever we are doing this Bar-Quotient criteria, the only thing which is important that the feedback which is being provided is positive. That means in the equation, in the denominator, it will be negative. Whereas if it would have been negative feedback, then in the equation it will have been 1 plus A beta. So you understood what is A beta? This A beta is your loop gain. So now let's move on to the conditions and see. I have here also written that note the positive feedback, all the difference is created by this. That means if we provide the positive feedback where we know that the negative sign is in the denominator, which states that it is a positive feedback. So let's move on to the oscillator condition. So now I hope you understood what is A beta. So if A beta is less than 1, then what happens? If A beta is less than 1, at that point of time, V in is A beta V in is less than the V in, the output signal will die out. What does this mean now? So can you tell me what will be our VF equation? See, this is our VF, right? So it is VF equal to A beta V in. Okay. So now let's move on to that and discuss there. So see, it says that A beta is less than 1. So if I take my A beta is less than 1, then we have to take a number like A beta will be then 0.99. If I take, which is less than 1, right? So my VF is equal to 0.99, and if I take V in as 2, so it is 1.98. That means my VF is 1.98. That means it is less than my V in. So what is being said that AB V in, this V in, AB V in here means VF. So VF is less than the V in the output signal, and which will die out. That means here our VF is less than our V in. We see that it was 1.98, whereas my V in was 2, so it is less than that. So due to this we will have a damped oscillation. That means damped oscillation means our graph will be like this, that it will start decreasing and at some point of time it will get to 0. Now if I do my AB is greater than 1, that means now I will be taking my VF as 1.1. So if I take my VF as 1.1, if I take my AB as 1.1, which is greater than 1, then what will happen to my VF? It will be VF equal to 1.1 into 2. If I may take a V in as 2, so it will be 2.2. That means this point of time my VF is greater than V in. So it states that AB V in, which is my VF, is greater than V in, the output signal will build up. Now what does this mean? So this means that our graph will be gradually increasing. That means it will start increasing. That means just the opposite of the first one, that is a damped oscillation. Now if I do, my AB is equal to 1. So if I write my AB is equal to 1, that my VF will be 1 into 2 because my V in is 2. So it will be 2. That means my VF is equal to my V in. So my VF is equal to my V in, right? So this will give me an undamped oscillation. That means a stable graph will be like this. which will give me a stable oscillator. Okay. So I hope you understood the oscillator conditions. So now let's move on to the next. So now we will see the Barkhausen's criteria. So the first point is says that the feedback factor or the loop gain. Now you tell me, what is loop gain? The loop gain is A beta. A beta must be always equal to 1. That means the gain is infinite. This represents the condition for oscillation. We will see this statement in a mathematical derivation in the next. And the second point is says that the net phase shift around the loop 0 degree or an integral multiple of 360 degree. Basically it states that the feedback should be positive. That means both the input and the feedback phase should be in the same phase. The last point, it says that the amplifier gain must be greater than the loss in the feedback path. That means the path in which we are having the feedback, whatever is lost may be, then also the amplifier gain must be greater than that. So I hope you understood basically the first 2 points are very much important for this Barkhausen's criteria, which is AB equal to 1 and the phase shift must be equal to 0 or 360 degree, that is the integral multiple of 360 degree. Basically speaking, the feedback must be positive. So you must remember these 2 points. Now let's move and see. See, the loop gain of this circuit is given by L. See, what is a loop gain? A is or A beta, right? This is A beta. So if I state that my A beta is equal to 1, so what happens? I get 1 minus Ls equal to 0, which will be my characteristic equation. So this is my loop gain, that is L. Okay. And the oscillation criteria known as Barkhausen's criteria, that means a loop gain. Here, if I say this is a closed loop configuration, if I put A beta as 1, so in this portion, then I get A by 0. That means my AF will be infinite. That only say. So consider the case when loop gain is equal to 0 at a specific frequency. This leads to this. That means AF is equal to infinity. So that means what we get when my AF is equal to infinity, where that means my output can be of any finite value, but my input must always be 0, so I can give my AF is equal to infinity. So here we can clearly observe that at a particular frequency we are getting an output, but there is no input because our input is equal to 0. So by definition, this circuit was a oscillator, right? And it is proving my Barkhausen's criteria, that is my A beta is equal to 1, which is providing me my AF is equal to infinite. Okay, so now let's move on and solve the mathematical derivation for this. So see, this is my circuit, right? So this portion is my V in, that is my voltage input, and V naught is my voltage output, and Vf is my feedback current. So you can simply tell me that what will be my output voltage? It will be the A, that is my open loop configuration, into my Vf plus Vin. That means the input will be Vin also and my Vf also. So this portion will be my what? This will be Vf plus Vin into my A, which will give me my V0, that is my voltage output. And we know that Vf is what? Vf is my feedback voltage, that means it will be beta and my V0, right? So You understood this? Now what we will do, we will put this VF equal to B beta in this equation. So when we put, we get V naught equal to A B V naught plus VA. And now we will multiply this A B V naught plus V in. So we get A B V naught plus A V in. Right? Now in the next what we will do, we will take this A B V naught to this side. So we get V naught minus A B V naught equal to A V in. So when we take V naught common, we get 1 minus A B equal to A V in. And we know that what is here, that my V in must always be 0, right? If my A beta is equal to 0, 1 minus A beta is my V in, so it will be 0. So if I put it 0, so what I get, 1 minus A beta, because if I bring this V naught down here, so I get this whole equation equal to 0. So I left over with that, my A beta become what is equal to 0. So we can mathematically prove that the AB is equal to 1. So we can automatically prove this equation for the Brauchhusen criteria, that my loop gain must be equal to 1. So I hope you understood the Brauchhusen criteria of the oscillator. So today's lecture ends here. Till then, be happy and have a great day.
Now is the code time. You have to make mistakes to find out who you aren't. I hope all of you understood the lecture of today, and thank you for watching.
Wow, that's impressive. You have completed a magic today. For more videos, subscribe. Join our Facebook group and Instagram page for group discussion and live magazine videos for exam preparation in an hour. We start at Classfly community for students to learn from a friend in a simple way and support them in their own languages. If you are willing to be that one friend who saves us at the exam night preparation, then please join us by visiting classfly.in.